My name's Rob Richardson. I'm General Manager of Mulhern Waste Oil Recyclers, a South Australian company, been operating for about 35 years. We collect waste oil generally from service stations, mining sites, anywhere that have internal combustion engines. This facility here is one of two we have in the state. This is where our waste oils are received and cleaned with a view to removing the free settling water and solids. The traditional way we've done that is that it settles in these pits behind me, and we pump the oil off the top, recover the oil, and then we mix the remaining water sludge mixture in the bottom with a composting material, and that material has bacteria in it that consume the oil over some months, and then we dispose of that material to landfills. And we end up with more material to go to landfill than we started with. BioRock approached me with a technique that can process these sludges without the need for long-term bioremediation. The method we were doing before took months to complete and used specialised bacteria and specialised conditions. This is similar in that they're specialised bacteria, but they work much more quickly and they work in a reactor environment. So it's a batch process and it's in weeks rather than months. I'm particularly excited by this process because it enables us to handle materials in a way that we were not able to do easily before. Pumping liquid from a tank or a pit into a reactor is much simpler than trying to mix that into a pile of reacting green waste. The target for us here is to end up with a processed sludge that has a sludge component and a water component. The water component can go back through the water treatment and then to sewer, and the sludge will be suitable for low-level landfill. Because of the varying nature of the wastes we receive here, it may take anything from 4 to 5 days of continuous operation through to 2 to 3 weeks of continuous operation. We sample daily, and that sample is a grab sample. We take that from the machine, we check to see visually how the process is progressing, and then we make a decision based on that some days down the process and say, let's now get a laboratory analysis of that to see where it stands, and that will then determine that the material is below the required level to go to general landfill. One of the biggest issues with regional operations that produce a liquid waste is the commercial aspect of transporting waste from a regional remote facility to our treatment facility here, and then the potential environmental impacts of the waste being transported. If it leaks from the vehicle, if the vehicle is involved in an accident, there can be a significant environmental impact of that waste. So a big advantage to be able to treat those wastes at the site of generation. This process definitely enables that, because a reactor can be put there and it can either be transported in and do a specific finite job and then taken away, or it can be left there for permanent use. This new method of the BioRock reactor system is saving us of the order of between $250,000 and $300,000 a year in disposal costs. So it's a significant cost benefit to us to utilise this process. And I like the way it can broaden the fields of waste that we can get into that are still allied to what we do. I certainly see a long-term arrangement with BioRock, because the technique itself, while it's very well suited to us here with what we currently do, I see there's a lot of opportunity for us to develop this business offshore.